Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? So, I've been a fan of musicals for a long time, like since I was about 10, I think, when my mum played me the Chicago soundtrack, and I've loved them ever since. But I've noticed that a lot of people my age don't share the same passion. I've never been able to talk about musicals with any of my friends because a lot of people think that musicals are for the older generation, like the golden age of musical theatre. So Bye Bye Birdie, Singing in the Rain, all of those classics. But right now, it's actually us, the millennials, that are writing the plays and acting and creating the whole musicals themselves. So I've compiled a small list of musicals to kind of get you started if you don't know where to look. The first one I'm going to mention is Hamilton, which most of you will probably know. I know nothing about hip hop or rap, but I love the soundtrack. I've listened to it so many times. I know it pretty much off by heart, and I know a little bit more about American history than I ever thought that I would care about. But it's a really great musical, and I love that it has roles that are specifically made for people of color. And it's just amazing. The story itself, the way that the music flows. I love sung through musicals, because that means I can just listen to the soundtrack and not have to miss anything. Next up is Heathers. It was based off of a film from the 80s, but it translates really well into the modern day. So it's a lot less violent and gory than the film. It's still really lighthearted and funny while tackling a lot of really dark issues. It's still a black comedy, but it works really well in the context of theatre. Everything about it is amazing, like the costumes, the sound, the choreography, everything. Like the music itself is really good, and it'll definitely make you feel like dancing if you're into that. Newsy is a remake of an old Disney film, but it's still really relevant today. It's about oppressed people rising up against their oppressors and demanding they get their rights. And you know, that's still really relevant today, and it probably will be for a while. Plus, it's just a really cute show. Wicked. I know some of you are rolling your eyes at me because Wicked is like an entry level musical, but it's actually really good. I love the story so much. Like, if you're a fan of The Wizard of Oz, then this definitely puts a twist on it, but it's so good. It just adds so much more depth to the characters. I'm rambling on a little bit too much now, but I just love it so much. And the soundtrack is just great. Like, definitely give it a listen. Dear Evan Hansen is a really sweet show. It's very emotional, actually. It deals with a lot of heavy issues like suicide, mental health, and abuse, but it handles it really well and kind of wraps it all nicely together at the end, so it's really satisfying to watch and really heartwarming as well. And Legally Blonde. It's based off the movie, but it stands on its own really, really well. It's really cute and bubbly with a really energetic soundtrack, and it has some really good messages, you know? It's like teaching girls that they can be feminine and smart. They don't have to compromise on that. And you don't have to follow a man to get what you want. And being true to yourself never goes out of style. Well, that's all that I have for this list, but there are plenty more musicals that you can get into that are made for millennials. So I'll put the links to the soundtracks in the description. If you know of any more musicals for millennials, then leave them in the comments and I'll take a look. Until next time, see ya!